Whether you use them to brighten up a dish or enjoy them all on their own, this fruit deserves some celebration. It's National Strawberry Month, and we're going from plate to page and creating our own mouth-watering masterpieces.
And we could not do it without our girl, Kaitlyn Edington. She's here to lead us through this very sweet art project.
We love this.
And I love a strawberry, so do my kids.
Right.
When you bring us anything with paints, I'm thinking mess, but you're gonna limit that.
Okay, I intentionally did a very non-messy project today.
We love you.
For the moms out there. And also, truly, ladies, I really feel like this is also for adults. I know I do a lot of kids stuff, but a lot of times when I talk to women our age, they're like, oh, I just wish I had time for a hobby. I wish I could do like watercolor or something. But when you actually I'm gonna sit down and do watercolor, it can feel really intimidating if you don't know the basics.
Yes.
So today we're just doing like a couple little easy tips and tricks with watercolor. You can totally sit down and do this with your kids. Do it by yourself. Embrace the whole like coastal grandma
I was
summer.
gonna say,
I feel like
chic
we
cardigan.
Okay, so
Great.
what materials do we need?
Okay, so we are going to start with watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is usually a little thicker. It has a little tooth to it, which means there's like bumps on there.
Yeah.
It's just so it can absorb some water there. And then you just need watercolor paint, so you could use anything simple like Crayola or a more professional palette there, a brush and water. So we're gonna do a couple different techniques today. And I kind of used this I made this little poster of different strawberries as the image, but like different techniques you can get just with watercolor.
Adorable.
So we're gonna do 3 of them. We're gonna do a wet on wet technique, and then we're going to do a wax resist, and then either rice or salt. I'm gonna let you choose.
Okay.
So let's start with our wet on wet. So you're gonna go ahead and take your brush. We're gonna dip it in our water.
I don't know why this is the fun part.
Nailed it. Nailed step 1.
You got it. And then I labeled them for you, and I drew a really light outline of a strawberry. And with watercolor, you don't really want to see the pencil, so it's super, super light. So we're just going to paint that first shape just with water. So hence the wet on wet. So we're wetting the paper first.
And we love labels and an outline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But listen, you actually don't really need to, it depends on what you want to do, but yeah. Okay, so we have it wet. So now what we're going to do is dip. I always say this with my kids and my students, dip, wipe it on the lip, and then we're just going to go ahead to our red. Now you have 2 different reds. You can pick either one. Go ahead and just kind of take your brush and pull towards yourself, and I like to turn my brush around just so I can really get it like
I'm already making a
look at
mess.
that.
Add a little bit more water. So if it's sticky, that's your brush telling you like, I'm really thirsty, I need a little bit of water.
More hydration.
So we're gonna take our brush now, and we're just going to guide it around the outside edge of our shape. So do you see how your paint should be kind of spreading in?
It is.
Kelly, if it's not, add more water to.
Add more water.
Yeah, just add more water.
Oh no,
Actually,
this lefty's nailing it.
if it's not really moving, that's actually wet on dry, which is another technique. So you'll see it's kind of blending and spreading, and then you can just take your brush and kind of fill it in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it should kind of just move around. And then if you want to, we can kind of make it a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna wash my brush off. And you can use your darker red, or...
Am I thinking dip, baby, dip?
It's a dip in the lip.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. I love it. I love it. You can add, because red and green are complementary colors, you can add a teeny bit of green to your brush, and just on one side of the strawberry, just like a teeny bit, it's going to add a little bit of a shadow. Ooh. And that is just like fun color theory there, and you can kind of move it around, let it do its thing. So that's wet on wet, and then if you want to, you can just even add a quick little
we're adding the leaves.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
And what I like about wet on wet is if we look at these actual strawberries over there, it's kind of like lighter at the top, and then it gets darker as it goes down. Okay,
So cute. Okay,
real quick.
We got a little under a minute. What's the wax resist?
Go ahead and grab your crayon or your oil pastel and just do a few dots on that middle strawberry there. Press nice and hard. Can't see anything yet because it's white, but now let's go ahead and take our brush. Go. Go ahead and dip your brush back in the red, and then just put a nice little light wash over top.
I'm getting green in the red. Okay.
Girl, you're fine.
Oh, wait. Oh. Shut up.
If you spread it over, you should see the white coming through. This is a really fun one for kids. They're like, it's magic.
How cute.
So we have that there. And then the last one, we're gonna go ahead and get some paint right on that last strawberry.
Okay.
So we paint it first. Then we're going to either grab some rice or salt, 2 different looks. If you take a little pinch of salt and just spread it on top of the wet paint.
Is this sea salt?
It's just regular table salt, but actually sea salt looks even cooler. And then when that dries, it's going to have this really cool like crystal effect. You can't see it right now, but it has to dry. And then this is what the rice looks like. So it's like 2 different textures. Really, really fun, easy for everybody.
So fun.
That was cathartic.
It really was.
You can find me in my paintbrush.
We'll be looking for you. All right, you can find more projects like this on Kaitlyn's blog, Art with Mrs. E. We'll have a link on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
And coming up next, guess who's back in the house? It's Lydia B. Collins making her return to the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. She's from Pittsburgh, doing us proud on the national stage. She's joining us to spill the tea on the latest season of All Stars. That's next.